Good morning. I'm Eli Juicy Jones, and it is Squonk Day here on VapeAM at Orbital Vaping Headquarters. We are going to go out to brunch today, so we're going to rebuild the Twisted Messes, put it onto the Vandy Vape Pulse, and we're going to tell you guys about what's going on. Stick around. It's VapeAM Sunday morning special show, and we're going to re-wick our Squonka so we can go out all day today. Hello, James, Michaela, everybody. I love all you guys. Hope you guys are having a great day. Everybody who tunes in for the live show, welcome and enjoy the chat here. And if you're tuned in for the replay, then welcome as well. And we're here every Wednesday and Saturday at 8 o'clock in the morning for VapeAM. Today is Sunday, so it's a special show. Yesterday was a bad pain day for me, so I couldn't really do the show. So today I did. Hey, Dutch MD, Dutch Mr. D. It's great to see you guys. Today we're going out to brunch, so we're going to hit the old Squonker, and I've got tons of good batteries. I've got this guy, the Twisted Messes, this. We're going to put some new wicks on this thing, and you're going to see that it utterly doesn't need it. And fill up our Squonk bottles with some delicious Ichigo, and have a guys. One of the things I wanted to make sure I mentioned is that somebody died this week from lack of battery safety with their vape pen. So there was a Filipino vape manufacturer called Squonk. What is it? Squonk Vapes? Squonk. I can find the exact name. Squonk Mountain Vapes. They're from the Philippines, and they're not bad people, of course, but some guy in Florida, in St. Petersburg, went to bed or something with his vape pen with a bad battery in it and overcharging or discharging. It fell down. We don't know what happened, but a piece of it went through his head and killed him. And I just want to stress that this is not an intrinsic problem with vapes. It is a problem with bad battery safety. Whoever, that guy, I hate to say it, I don't mean to speak badly of the dead, but he wasn't exercising battery safety. He fell asleep or something with a battery in his vape, and it fell, or he was holding it, or it was on his lap or something, and it depressed, probably overcharged and blew out. Or he had a crappy battery and it made a connection or something. And I just feel sorry for the guy. My heart goes out for his family, and I'm sorry to all y'all. As far as the lesson for us vapors goes, is that the lesson is that you have to exercise extreme battery safety. Make sure that you're responsible for your vape. You could die. One of the things from the article that I read said that a representative from Squonk Mountain tells us their devices do not explode, instead telling us it's likely that the atomizer, this part, or the battery is the issue. And they've had problems with people cloning their batteries, which makes them less safe, which I didn't know Squonk Mountain made batteries. That's weird. The company's hoping to see photos of the device that was used by the fellow that was killed. His name is D'Elia. Talmadge D'Elia. But one of the things that they said in the article that was dead wrong was that no other consumer product places it. This is a report about this. No other consumer product places a battery with a known explosion hazard such as this in such close proximity to the human body. And that's not true. Power tools, your telephone, your mobile phone, all kinds of devices use these same batteries and are placed within close proximity of our heads. It's just that they aren't used as much as vape devices and they'll blow up. So remember, you guys, exercise extreme battery safety, all of you guys, and make sure that you know what the maximum amp output of your batteries are and match that to your builds. And don't do what anyone else says. Do what matters for your batteries and measure your batteries. If you have trouble figuring out what the limits of your batteries are, check the model numbers and serial numbers against Mooch's reports, and there's a link in the description. And always buy your batteries at imrbatteries.com or illumin.com. So here we are right here. I am just about to get down here and re-wick this Twisted Messes. Hello. And as you'll see, it doesn't need it, but we're going to do it anyway. We're building a Squonker, and we're going to put all this stuff in the Squonk bottle right down now. We had a little hiccup with the broadcast for some reason. Can't tell you why. But it should be back. And here we go. You guys see how this does not need to be changed? Pretty funny. But we're going to do it anyway. Because that's what we do on our channel. We hang out. So as you can see, I've got a single in here from Jason Coil and Tin. ACAT, baby. And this thing is still looking great after over a week sitting in the atomizer. I rewicked it 3 times. Looks super great. Doesn't need to be rewicked. Still looking good. Take this thing. Give it a little bit of a brush with the old steel brush. Get some of the crud off of it. This is just a little firm wire steel brush that I bought at the hardware store. Watch out for using this on gold-plated decks. That may not turn out the way you want. Let's take this off the vape nut stand. Oh, Michaela says her Avenger finally came. What do you think about that thing, Michaela? That's good. Here's my Avenger right here. In fact, we'll use this thing. Hello, iJoy. Power down. Hello, iJoy. Hello, iJoy. Power down. Power low. Power low. Power low. Yeah, see, can't really get that to work very well. Hey, Hell's Minion. Great to see you. Tommy V, everybody. Okay, so we're going to go up to about 40 big ones. 40 big ones, baby! And then we're going to take this thing and adjust the focus, of course, so that it makes sense. And then give it a little bit of a fire. So we got a little bit of cotton still stuck on there. Not too much. This single coil is working so great. Thanks to Jason Coil and Tin for sending these. It is working absolutely beautifully. Now straighten it. Move it out to the outside. Raise it up a little bit. Yep, looks good. Still got little slight hot spots in there. But it happens, no big deal. Okay. Those are looking pretty darn good. Now we need some cotton. We need some cotton. You and I need some cotton. Hey, Dr. Dolphy. Matt. James, Michaela. I Joey speak Spanish. That's funny. Here is some cotton. Put this in here, and oh, I didn't clean my fingernails this morning. How gauche. This is a big 3.5. Put that in there. Send it through. I'm going to cut it. We're going to fill the crap out of our Squonk bottles. You guys tell me how y'all are doing this morning. What have you gotten this week? Have you heard about the fella who accidentally killed himself with a vape? Have you heard about the gal that had to quit vaping because her doctor said she was allergic to the ingredient in it? And this does happen. Vaping isn't for everybody. Hey, Adam. Great to see you. Good morning. We're just working on our Twisted Messes TM24 Pro series. Got a single coil. This is about a 50-watt build. I'm just making sure that it can receive. I'm moving most of the cotton to the outside of the deck down here and making sure it's spread out so we can receive the e-liquid. Now we're going to put this on the squonker. If you guys haven't been watching, my last video was about this right here, the Pulse 80-watt regulated Squonk. This is great. We got the same 0.2 we had in there before. Hasn't changed. We're going to take some Ichigo and start filling her up. We'll do it the fun way. It'll take a while. It's funny how this says 30 milliliter. Like, do you see how it says 30, but this says 50? 50 milliliter. 30 milliliter. 50. The kit says 30 on their website and everything else, but this bottle is 50. And that is a lot of e-liquid, y'all. Look how long we're going here. Still going. Still going strong. It takes forever to fill this thing up. And I'm not particularly in the mood to route out the top of the bottle. Although that's what we're going to do. So we're taking this. And I'm going to take this thing right here and stick it inside there. And that should stretch out the top of the bottle a little bit. These things vary all over the map, as you guys know. So that ruins the top of this bottle. But now it's going to squeeze out like crazy. We even tore a piece off. Good job, Jones. Juicy Jones. Now we are ready to fill. Oh, that's better. Yeah, look at that. Squonk's filling. Okay, now we have 30 milliliters in there. And a blown out bottle top. So when you put these on here, make sure that you screw this on here onto the top of the stainless steel very tightly. So grab this with your opposing hand and take your dominant hand and screw this on really tight. And then you're good. We're going to take the Squonk bottle for the Pulse 80 and assemble it. And we're going to fill it through the Squonk refill for fun. Because it's more fun that way. Take this, stick it right up inside there. Got a 3100 mAh battery. I've got even better ones over here. These are 2700s. 30 amp batteries. Put the cotton away, since it's in the way now. You guys know we have our trick for putting away our Texas Tough cotton, which is to open the pack, squeeze it, and put it in as a circular tube. It's tubular, and then close it. Okay, so this guy, take her off there. Squeeze on the pulse. And let me tell you guys how to do this. You go upside down, and when you're upside down, you squeeze on this. Raise this a little bit. So you'll notice that we're upside down. You squeeze on this to get the air out, and then you squeeze on this and turn. Squeeze. Squeeze. Turn it upside down, and then squeeze like mad. You see it filling up? Squeezing like mad. Now you turn it upside down again. Look, it's pretty full. But remember, do it upside down, or it can't equalize the air pressure. So we filled that up. Now we got to put our atomizer on. Gonna pick our batteries. We're going out to brunch at 11 o'clock. Gotta have all our goodies all set. Here's our squonkage. Hello, squonkage. Just wetting the cotton on top. And we are 90% ready to go. Oh, that wants to know if it's a new coil. We'll call it new, 0.21. There we are. We're all good. That right there is a setup for the day. I'm going to vape that at 50 watts all day long. We're going to pick some batteries out to be replacements. I'm not going to need them. But we'll take the 3300, 2700s. These have 3300 mAh each. This one almost 3400. It's absolutely insane how much battery life these have. Plug those into there. All my batteries are numbered and have the mAh on them just so I know. I know what the amp limits of them are all just from memorizing them. And there's our setup. That's all we need. We don't even need these, to be honest. And that's it. And we'll bring this guy. How cool is that? What do you guys think? Okay, I got some new batteries. Yum! Ichigo is a vine strawberry from Van Gogh Vapes, and it's so good. Be sure to use the code JuicyJonesHQ if you go to Van Gogh Vapes. Yum. Let's see. Hello, Tony. Hello, James. Hello, Angelo. Everybody. I'm just reading, catching up on Corey Rosen. Just catching up on chat. Looks like people have some coffee. People basically agree that it's unfortunate that the guy killed himself. But you have to exercise battery safety yourself. You must. Chris Juarez asking, where did I get that battery keeper? Which do you mean, Chris? Do you mean this battery keeper right here? This came from Gas City Vapes, which is a cool Canadian vape shop. They sell Van Gogh. This is a good shop. I like these guys. Here's our setup. This thing's absolutely fantastic. When you change the batteries, you just pop it out. Just like that. Throw a new one in. Negative goes up. My last episode was on this guy, so if you missed it, tune in. Check out Wednesday's episode. And I recommend that you run, don't walk, and get one of these little guys. These are great. Little 50 watt. It goes to 80 watts with the 2700. And it's a squonker. And so I love it. This thing works great. It's inexpensive. It's made well. It's all injection molded plastic, but it's really made well. And it just feels good and works freaking great. Been using it for days. Hey, Green Chronic. Still waiting on your Capo 216? That sucks. Nobody likes waiting for their gear. Here's mine sitting here with my Cali on it. What am I vaping on? It's only 55 watts, and I think the squonker's empty. Yeah, that needs some new e-liquid. Dutch says that it's like the H cigar one, and in fact, it is. It only looks like it. It isn't really very much like it at all, to be honest. It's different in almost every way, except for the fact that the button is here. This is crap. It has a DNA 75 in it and really cheap buttons. It uses an 18650, which is terrible. I gotta find one on my desk. Here's 18650s. And just everything about, even though this is made of metal, just everything about this is worse than this thing. This thing is more solid, feels better, is lighter weight. The 510, for some reason, just seems to work a little better. I don't know why. This one's super messy, and it uses an 18650. So I kind of hate this thing. It's so crap. But this thing works, I think, much better. It's like a more... Sorry, I mean, I know people love their DNA 75s, but I just do not. Because I don't like 18650 batteries. They've got this with the 2700. I'm be much more likely to get one of these. But that's what this is right here, 2700. And you'll notice that it's not any bigger. I mean, what is that, 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters max? Like, they don't need to be very much larger for them to work. Let me get this battery out of here because I'm not leaving it in here. I'm not using this stupid thing. Do not like this thing. It also feels cold and unfriendly to the touch. Whereas this thing feels nice and warm and good in your hands. These 18650 came from Van Gogh Vapes. There we go. Of course, Suarez got a breeze too from Aspire. That is so awesome. Love those things so much. Good for you, Crit. That's awesome. And for you guys' reference, if you're vaping Nick salts, I see some confusion in the chat there. If you're vaping Nick salts in anything but a mouth to lung device, you're doing it wrong. So make sure that if you're vaping Nick salts, you're using a very, very, very low wattage mouth to lung device, like one of these Easy Watt kits or one of these Joytech kits or something, and then turn it down. And it comes in 2 strengths too. So between, you know, there's like 30 or 40 and 50 or 60. Get the weaker one if you have any doubts on those guys. But Eric is saying that Nick salts are dangerous stuff, and I'm not sure that's true. What do you? I guess I'm not sure what you mean by dangerous stuff. I mean, if by dangerous you mean that you can overdose on nicotine if you're not watching, yeah, that's right. But you could do that on your regular nicotine too. I mean, all of this is dangerous that way in exactly the same way. Nicotine salts aren't more dangerous that way. When you vape them, you'll get nicotine like overload way quicker. Like you'll feel kind of tummy grumbles and you'll feel kind of dizzy and you'll be done with it. Yum. And Eric says that people are getting breathing problems from nicotine salts, and I haven't heard that yet. You guys got to send me some articles. You guys got to stop just saying stuff and actually link articles into Discord. By the way, that reminds me, go to Discord. There's a link in the description. Join us there. We're there every day, chatting, talking, doing our thing. And Filmogenda, if they're sub-ohming it, then there's your answer. Then no, you don't have to be careful. You have to only do it properly. You have to be doing it correctly. Because if you're sub-ohming it, you're doing it wrong. So yes, they're having breathing problems, but it's the same thing as me saying, you know, be careful with gasoline. And you'll say, well, why? Because if you drink it, you'll die. And you say, well, you're not supposed to drink it. There you go. You're not supposed to drink it. You're not supposed to sub-ohm that stuff. I hope people aren't doing that. Remember, mouth to lung devices only. And besides, if you super sub-ohm that stuff, it's terrible. Like I did that one time just to experiment, and it was just like, it was like vaping a third of a bottle of e-liquid all at once. I got ill. And luckily, you will get ill before you get sick. So if you feel it, stop. Totally stop. Stop doing that. There we go. All right. And so mental note. So you guys know, we've said it, only mouth to lung with nicotine salts. If you're doing it any other way, you're doing it wrong. It's not what they're for. And don't do it wrong. Do it right. Okay. Hey, Owen, nice to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, I was feeling super duper. I was in so much pain yesterday. I just could not handle it. So anyway, today we came in and did this. And so I'm sorry, I was a little bit late. But we rebuilt the Squonker. It is Squonk time. And we went and did this whole thing. And look, there's a little bit missing there. It's so funny because when you rebuild this, it's like you have a bubble. And you can get rid of it, but there's no point. This thing works so great. The refill thing works great. You have to make sure you use it upside down, but I totally love this thing. It goes to 80 watts, but I never do that. If you go to 80 watts, you're going to get really crappy battery life. Here is our Revo Blast, which is the squonking Revo. Oh, you got to love that. And I've got it on 80 watts here, 0.14. Yum. Wow, that's good. I love the Revo. I think I had some e-liquid on that one. Oh, it's just water. I cleaned it. I must have cleaned it. Make sure you have your air open. Yum. It's good. That's about as lightweight as it possibly gets in any setup. The battery is the only part of this even remotely heavy. That's pretty cool. Adam Hill says he's waiting for his TM Pro 24 to arrive. That's awesome. That's what we're doing. Twisted Messes Pro series. It works so great on a single coil on this little guy. I just cannot get over how wonderfully that works. It's just absolutely fantastic. I love it. For the nicotine salts, I'm using, what salts are you guys using? I'm using AZ Swag Sauce Salt Nerd Nic salts on my This time it's the Joytech Exceed. This little guy. And I have a Breeze 2 in the other room in my bag because I carry it around all the time. So it's actually in my bag, stuck there all the time in case I need a movie theater hit or something. It's super great with movie theaters. It's great for work, great for running around. Little bit less exciting on the flavor frontier, but that's part of that is because the nicotine is a little bit higher in those. And higher nicotine gives you a little bit less flavor. It kind of kills a little bit of taste buds. Looks like we got some brands here. Ghost Nick Salt, Boulder Rock. Owen says the Breeze is a winner. Yeah, the 1 ohm coil. If you like nicotine salt, Owen, then run, don't walk. Check out my video on the Breeze. I really love that thing. I kind of worship it. I like the Breeze too. The original Breeze to me is kind of a pain because it doesn't have a button. And the coil is okay, but man, the new 1 ohm coil on the Breeze 2 is seriously flavor explosion. It's fantastic. Okay, so I have to go to brunch here, guys. It is getting to be about half an hour, and I'm looking at the clock, and I'm getting the eye from my beautiful, lovely girlfriend, Aileen, and we're going to have to go. Michaela says she had spit back with the original Breeze, so yeah, the new one I don't have that problem with at all. And a lot of these little mount-along devices I have spit back problems with sometimes. Hey, David, great to see you. I'm so sorry. We're just about to sign off because I got to go to brunch. So we put together our Squonk kit. All of you guys remember, extreme battery safety is the key here. Exercise extreme battery safety, all you guys. I just want to implore you. And today, try to reach out to somebody else and get them to operate on extreme battery safety too. Just tell them about it because we really don't need people getting killed and hurt by their vapes accidentally. And I feel super bad for the guy in St. Petersburg, Florida, but it was surely because of bad batteries. And hopefully not a flaw in the mod. So anyway, I hope all you guys are having a great day. I love all you guys. Let's all have a vape here. I've got 50 watts on my 0.2 Twisted Messes TM Pro 24 Pro Series, baby, on my VT inbox. I'm sorry, on my Pulse 80 watt VT inbox, on my Pulse 80 watt by Vandy Vape. Love this thing. Okay, so let me grab my button. All you guys get ready to vape, and let's all vape out. Thank you.